dealing with difficult people. I guess we have to start by asking, who is a difficult person? Because someone who I find difficult, you may not find difficult at all. And sometimes personality clashes are just that. They're two-way clashes, not just one person who's in the wrong. We all have the potential, don't we, to be difficult. But what even is a difficult person? Well, perhaps it's someone who we might say is stubborn or strong-willed, or someone who lacks empathy, or who's rude, or who constantly seems to misunderstand or is unwilling to apologise. What's the opposite of a difficult person? Perhaps it's an easy to get along with person, or someone who's laid back. But for others, those very people are the people who they find difficult. Of course, some would have said that Jesus was difficult. He didn't do what they wanted him to do, and religious leaders certainly found him difficult. He answered questions with more questions. They would say he undermined their leadership, and he wasn't shy in accusing them of hypocrisy. So how do we deal with those who are difficult for us? Perhaps we need to take Peter and Jesus as an example. Peter, who Jesus had to rebuke and pull up multiple times, from the ear-chopping incident to the get behind me Satan episode. Jesus firstly quickly forgave. Even as a result of the denial, Jesus was quick to forgive. And he didn't only just forgive, but he was even gracious in his communication. He says, tell the disciples and Peter that he is risen. There's personal kindness even within having been wronged. And secondly, when Jesus, when he felt it was necessary, he would call people out. Because when people were standing in the way of the will and the plan of God, he called them out on it, often in firm ways to get their full attention. And we shouldn't be afraid of conflict, but we shouldn't look to create it for creating its sake. And not because we're just offended or upset, but only really when people are stepping out of line with God's plans and purposes. So we shouldn't be afraid to confront where it's needed. But finally, Jesus didn't hold back responsibility or opportunities for growth and service for people when they were difficult. Jesus still, despite Peter's constant mess-ups and hot-headed nature, gave Peter opportunities to lead and to serve and entrusted things to him. He never wrote him off or dismissed him or punished him by removing things from him. And you may be thinking right now about someone you are finding difficult at the moment. But make sure you recognise that for someone else, you will be the difficult one. Let's make sure that we're quick to forgive and we show kindness in the face of upset or difficulty. And let's speak up when we need to and confront when appropriate, but not out of defensiveness or personal offence, but out of correction and rebuke, always pointing people back to Jesus. And let's keep giving them the opportunity to grow, to serve and to make a difference, rather than removing areas of service out of mistrust.